Hello, 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 hello. This is the Unknown. And I'm here a little bit late, but I'm here to talk about our week one loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, could dwell on it, said, well, 0-1, it's not the great way to start the season. But I think I'm going to call it a moral victory. So, thoughts? Was it started off really crazy. It tempered down during as the game went on. I mean, the anxiety levels are still there. We even had a postponement because of lightning strikes. But it did start off crazy, and it all started with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak before the balls even freaking snapped. An Eagle got hurt on the kickoff return. Um, and then they had to go to commercial break. And then they're just waiting, and then they're seeing him, being taken care of, and he's about to get off the field. And while that's going on, Jalen Carter spits at Dak Prescott. And I was like wondering what the hell's going on, because I'm just kind of like just barely tuning in, because I was watching other things, and just finished what I was watching, and I was gonna go to it, and I was just like, wait, what the hell's going on? You know, I had to go back to the game and see that, and they said Jalen Carter was disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm like, what the hell did he do? And then all of a sudden, I see this fool just don't go and spit on Dak, like legit, a whole hawk to it, and spat on that man. It's gonna become a thing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some of that shit on there. I've already seen it. But yeah, he just spat on Dak, and and then it came out later that Dak has spit as well before Jalen Carter. So Jalen Carter thought, hey, you trying to spit at me, bro? But here's the thing, and this is some cowboy hater shit. They trying to make it seem like Dak was trying to spit at him. I watched Dak Prescott's game. This man spits on the ground. It's all football players do that, but when I seen Dak spit on the ground, and that's what he was doing. He wasn't gonna spit on his lineman, and in that moment, he went to go see why Jalen Carter was walking up to his rookie offensive lineman trying to mess with him. Jalen Carter's punk ass should have stayed over there and his bum ass Philly team, but nah, he wanted to come up there and stir some shit up. Dak didn't want to spit on his lineman, so he spat on the ground, which was forward and not necessarily kind of close at least in the vicinity of where Jalen Carter felt like he was getting, like Dak was trying to spit on him. And they will say Dak was laughing, like because he said, "Bro, you trying to spit on me?" And it's just like, bro, even like this, like how I'm expressing, like, bro, why would I spit? Why would I spit on you? And as he was explaining that, Jalen Carter spat on him. And not only that, it caused his team, and it helped Dallas because it changed how Dallas' blocking scheme was going to be. And so for those of you who want to say that Dak tried to spit at Jalen Carter, shut up. That is so fucking stupid. Honestly, it's a lot of that cowboy hate that just makes people's minds, oh, well, he was trying to spit at Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter had a right to spit. And even if, I'm going to say this, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say if that Dak tried to spit at Jalen Carter. He spat on the ground. Will that be considered a little bit disrespectful? Yeah. But it's one thing to spit on the ground. It's another thing to spit on the person. That's fucking disgusting. Have some fucking class. Do better. Which Jalen Carter said he was going to do better. He shouldn't have done that to cost his team. Dak was explaining the situation. Dak's spit was not a penalty. Jalen Carter was. So the whole game changed after that. And it made running better. And I gotta say, Javonte Williams, bro, I love Javonte Williams. Miles Sanders was like getting losses for yards. I was a little pissed off about that. And then he had a big run, but my God, he lost so much. He lost gas. I'm like, bro, that Bond caught him, and it's ended up pretty much saving the game. Because here's the thing: if Bond hadn't tackled him, then we wouldn't have got George Pickens. Again, George Pickens did a dumbass penalty for whatever reason. He did not even need to do that shit, but he did a penalty. It's just like, come on, George. JP, it's your first game. You're already acting out. Like, stop that shit. And in doing so, Miles Sanders gets the ball. He fumbles it, and just like Dak had to make a touchdown saving tackle. Yeah, I have to do it myself. But anyways, amongst all that, Dak Prescott played a hell of a game. Dak Prescott was on fire. Him and Jalen Hurts, I'd say this, man, they were both playing perfect in that game. You can't say there was any horrible, that anyone had like bad timing, bad decision making. No, they both played so well. But the Cowboys should have won that game. Brian Schottenheimer called a great game. I was very surprised at how balanced the running was. Obviously, Jalen Carter not being there changed things up, but we didn't have DeMarvin Overshown. I think he would have made a difference too. From Jalen Hurts just running all up side to side, up and down the damn Cowboys defense. DeMarvin Overshown would have caught his ass. Let's be for real. Would have had his ass on skates. Come on. But it was a great game called by Brian Schottenheimer, and I was very happy about that, man. Shoddy. I'm gonna call him Shoddy because I'm pretty sure. I think his name's Brian, but I'm gonna call him Shoddy. I always get confused with him and his dad. Marty Schottenheimer, Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. I'll stop. But he called a great game, and it just came down to CeeDee Butterfingers Lamb. All he had to do was catch the ball, bro, and he's caught these balls. Pause. Give me a sec. Let's pause for that. He can catch those footballs all day long. And he dropped them. These were critical ones. Now, the last one that he dropped, that was a tough one, but he had it in his hands. Those are catches you expect someone, your star wide receiver, to make. It may seem tough to everyone else. Wide receiver 2, maybe the wide receiver 2. Definitely for wide receiver 3 and 4. But wide receiver number 1, that needs to be his ball. And Dak trusted him, and CeeDee let him down 3 fucking times. Especially number 2, the second drop that he had. That would have put Dallas, and that was the best one. Actually, that was the best shot for CeeDee Lamb to catch. It was right on the money, and CeeDee Lamb just could not rile him. Now, you could say Blankenship was there too, so maybe he was thinking of bracing himself for the hit as well because of how physical things were. But he had it, and he dropped it. So now, that's what it came down to. Dallas wins this. Tell me something. Dallas wins this game 27-24. Because the defense started playing better. No one scored in the fourth quarter. No one scored. And now, let me see. Let me make sure. Let me see. See, second quarter. Yeah, like, the only thing that happened in the second half was that doggone field goal from Jake Elliott, 58-yarder. And of course, Jake Elliott makes a 58-yard. This man is 1 of 7 from 50-plus yards, and he decides to make that one. Of course, he plays against the Dallas Cowboys. But we had that game. CeeDee, if he catches any of those 3 balls, it's game over for Philly. It changes the game. But he didn't. And that's what it came down to. So when I say this was a moral victory for Dallas, this was a tough loss for Dallas. Because you could have hit the champs. Right in the mouth, season opener in their own home. But it didn't happen. But from when you look at what I thought this was going to be a blowout. Honestly, I thought this was going to be like 40-something to 20. You know, I thought this was going to be a rout. But this game, man, hung in there. I thought it was going to be a shootout, too. The way it was looking like, you know, looking right there, you seen 7-7, 13-14. I'm thinking, okay, we gonna get something. We're going to get ourselves a shootout, and then turn out that way. Because the defenses on both sides stepped it up. There's a couple of throws that I felt Dak could have done a little bit elevated, a little bit for Jake Ferguson to go up and over at Nick Bond. Nick Bond, he saved him because on a couple of those occasions, there's 2 touchdowns he saved, man. Those are 2 touchdowns he saved. But it really came down to, and this changes, and people were talking about how it changed how they looked at Dallas and Philly, because Dallas looks like a team that's trying to get their first, like, to me it looks like they're trying, like they started over and they're trying to get their first one. They look like a team that's like, okay, we have this and they have this going against us. Let's go out there and let's just play cohesively. And what I say by that is this mentality of just going out there and just focusing on the game, making sure you do not make some of the same dumbass penalties that you did. But of course, GP didn't get that fucking memo and did that stupid ass thing to Blankenship, and then Blankenship did a stupid ass thing. The Philly team were so undisciplined. Jalen Carter is the one that started off, but it just seemed like that whole night they were just so undisciplined. Nick Sirianni needs to get that shit in check, because if they play like that in week 2 against a team that's more loaded than the Cowboys right now, they ain't winning that game. They ain't winning that game. They need to get the heads out their asses and play. Plain and simple. You cannot have those kind of penalties that they had against Dallas and expect to win those majority of those games. So plain and simple, get your house in order, Nick Sirianni. You got a young Phillies team, and yeah, this is their first. The core is a young team, and they won their first Super Bowl last year, so they're feeling pretty high and mighty about themselves. They felt like they won damn near 10 Super Bowls. You need to get in there and tell them, hey man, y'all need to chill the fuck out, get back and focus. So I expect the Eagles to be a lot more disciplined in week 2. I expect Dallas to come out and beat the shit out of the. I do not care if they have fucking Russell Wilson. That man's past his prime. Dallas is going to blow out New York. At best, they'll win by 14. New York does not have the things to beat Dallas. I still don't believe that. I think New York is still the bottom of the division. It's right now Philly, Washington, Dallas, and the Giants. That's what I feel like. I will be trying to react to the game highlights of the Giants and the Commanders. Did I say Did I call them Redskins or did I call them Commanders? I can't even think what I just said. But Giants and Commanders. I'll probably look at this video and see what I said. But anyways, Giants and the Commanders are playing today. So I will probably be checking that out really soon. I had to get up and make this video, man. I just wanted to get that out there. So for my thing for week 2, I think Dallas wins. I think Dallas wins against the Giants next week. But this right here proved to me that Dallas ain't that far off. They need a premier pass rusher. They do need one, they need a really proven pass rusher out there. Clowney's still out there in the free agency. You got some money freed up. That's what Jerry Jones was talking about. We could get ourselves about 5 or 6 players. 5 or 6 players. Acquired or in the draft. Acquired or in the draft. Well, do something, Jerry. Damn, man. You need to show up again on the other side, because Elam ain't doing it, man. You need to go ahead and try to get Samuel, that's still a free agent, I believe, or get Stephon Gilmore. Get somebody to help. I mean, look, Trayvon Diggs is there, and you still, and look, hey man, Trayvon Diggs held down AJ Brown. I'm about to say AJ Lee. Shut down. That's the other video. Shut down AJ Brown. He had a critical part catch in that game. He only had 1 catch though. It was a critical one, but yeah. So I just think you need to pick somebody up from free agency to solidify that secondary. I'm just saying it'll help. Also, let's talk about the tush push. I'm for like, was I one of the ones that wanted banned? Kind of, sorta. But I really wanted also to be have Dallas be the ones to stop it, and it almost a couple of times looked like they were going to stop it. But of course, the tush push is undefeated. But it is what it is, yo. Anyways, Dallas lost 24-20. Um, it was a great game. Um, and it just came down to CD's drops. If CD doesn't drop any of those balls, especially that second one, Dallas wins. Now he could have Dak gone to Cavante Turpin down low. I felt like there was a couple of things where he could have, but when you have your number one guy and you trust in him so much, you go to him. It's the same thing when that deep ball reminded me of Tony Romo to Des Bryant. That was ruled a catch. Now, years later, Tony Romo had faith in Des Bryant to make that catch, and Dak had faith in CD to make that catch. It didn't happen for Dak and CD, but you know what? I think CD's gonna beat himself up enough, and I don't think he'll make the same type of mistakes in week 2. Because if he does, we got to talk. Because CD needs to get rid of those yips. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This one was a pretty quick video, but I just wanted to get my thoughts on this game, the Cowboys Eagles game. It's football Sunday, the very first one. I can't wait. I got some things to do, but I cannot wait to watch some of these games. I'm gonna react to the divisional games, obviously, because they're important, and also I hate all them bastards. So, so yeah, I can respect them, sorta, kinda, but I hate them motherfuckers. But anyways. Like, comment, and subscribe. And also in the comment section, let me know how you feel about this Cowboys loss. How did you feel with everything that happened? About the coaching, about the execution, the players, everything that happened in that game, including Spitgate. And it shouldn't even be a Spitgate. After it's clear and simple, Jay and Carr spat on Dak. Dak wasn't trying to spit on him. He was spitting on the fucking ground. People want to make up this narrative to give Jalen an excuse. It's mostly Cowboy haters, but what do you expect from Cowboy haters? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate this. More videos to come. I promise. I'm a little bit behind, but more videos to come, including I will be dropping this video on this Sunday morning. So, yeah. Anyways. You guys enjoy your Sunday. Stay safe. Cheers, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. This is what happens when you make videos early in the morning. Cheers to the unknown, logging off.